Hello, this is Expressions, Equations, and Problem Solving. Solving problems, example 1 and 2. And we have a story problem. It's talking about a runner or somebody running supposedly to keep up their wind or just because they think running is good fitness. And it talks about running east and then south and then west and then north again, and it's really very confusing the way it is. The picture shows a little bit that these east-west blocks are a little longer than the north-south blocks, but really in order to make sense of this you need to put it in your own words or your own representation. And this little map made it clear to me. If this runner starts here, the problem said he goes 2 miles east, then he goes a number of blocks south, and then 2 blocks west, and then he returns where he or she started from. And the total distance that the runner wants to run is 2 miles. And he or she is wondering how many miles or how many blocks should he go this way, and that would be the same number of blocks up that way. So we know that altogether it's got to be 2 miles. So if we start adding up the blocks, we can add up the east-west blocks because there's 4 of them. And then, so that's going to be 4 times 0.15, and then it's going to be some question mark times how many of the shorter blocks the person's going to run. So I wrote this out here. Here's the 4 times the short blocks, I mean these longer blocks, and I made this question mark an x, and that's going to be multiplied times 0.1, and altogether we add up the long blocks plus the short blocks, and that has to equal 2. So I did that multiplication. 4 times 0.15 is 0.6. So we end up with 0.6 plus 0.1x equals 2. And now we've got to figure out what x is. Well, x has to be an even number. You couldn't just run 1 block this way because you'd have to run back, so it's 2 blocks. So it's impossible that x would be 1, but it could be 2, or it could be 4, it could be 6. So this is 0.6, and whatever we add to it has got to be 0.1. Well, if it was 2 blocks, that'd be 0.2, so we'd be at 0.8. If it was 4 blocks, that'd be 0.4, and 0.4 plus 0.6 is 1. We'd be halfway to the 2 mile mark. So let's try some bigger numbers. If it was 8 plus 6, oh, that's going to be 14. 14 times 0.1 is going to be 1.4. 1.4 plus 0.6 is going to be 2. So just using mental math, eventually you will learn techniques that would let you solve this equation very easily. Right now, I guess all we can do is just try to guess things, and I started out with 2 and it's 8, 4 and it's 10, 6 and it's 12, 8 and it's 14, 10 and it's 16, 12 and it's 18, 14 and it's 20, which is 2.0. So for this question, x has to equal 14 blocks.